Did I ever tell you the story about my dad, like going after the most fierce animals in our neighborhood?
No.
Dude, this is this is this is now you gotta understand something, okay? Let me paint the picture. Um, Long Island, growing up Long Island, and no one really, the only bad kids had like dirt bikes. No one had dirt bikes. A guy'd be going down, shirts flapping. All the parents like, slow down, you assholes! Slow down! Fucking assholes! And they were just frightening to you. It's just like, oh my God, here comes the moped kid. You'd get, as a kid, you get on the sidewalk, and you can hear him coming. The moped kid is coming. I hear him. He's on Ivanhoe Place. So everyone feared this kid. He stole my first bike. That was the lesson I learned immediately. Don't show, no matter what bracket you're in financially, don't flash that amongst your peers, because it is being envious, and you will create resentment, and your Schwinn scrambler will get stolen. Take it from a professional. Dude, this is like, I don't know, 1980, cost $3 for a bike, but a Schwinn Scrambler was $37, and you're sitting there. It had yellow mags, black frame. All the kids on the street like, oh my God, let me ride your Schwinn Scrambler. And I was like the king of the block, so I was a little bit of a dick. If I didn't like you, I'm like, no, maybe tomorrow. My mother said no one could ride it. Phil, you want to ride it? You said no one. Phil is my best friend. So he let everyone except for that guy. Anyway, I'm getting too hopped up for being alone in this country.
It's all good, man. We're getting some good stuff.
I know. So this kid I woke up 2 days later. Schwinn Scrambler's gone. They broke in the garage. One of the kids that lived in our neighborhood came to my house. He was doing the papers. He goes, I found your bike. I found half your bike. It's at so-and-so's house. I went, oh my God. And dude, I felt like a special ops agent. I think I was 12 years old. The youngest kid was 7. We're like, we got to get our bike back. And we're going through bushes and all this. We had decoys. My heart was pounding. I was riding. I knew it was my bike. But I'm like, I hope I don't get caught stealing my bike back. It was horrifying. It was bad. I didn't know if he was going to shoot. I didn't know if he had guns, knives. Just boogeyman, straight up boogeyman. What were you going to say?
I was going to say you were only going in to get half the bike, right?
You
were only getting half the bike?
Yeah, I got half the bike. I found like my forks. My forks were on there, and like my seat.
They stripped the bike?
Yeah.
Wow.
So his brothers and one sister, so it's like 7 of them. I think it was his 2 brothers, 1 sister, get arrested for armed robbery in this little town of Valley Stream, Long Island. And, you know, the whole world's like, did you hear? Did you hear? Did you hear? Did you hear? They had guns. They had shotguns. I heard they shot a guy in the face. You're 13, like, I heard they blew his face off, and they played soccer with his dad's head. It was bad. And they're only in jail for 4 years. So, because their dad knows a judge or something. So literally, everyone was scared to death of these guys. And I'm in my house, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a wussy. I was a total wussy. I was a fat kid, had boobies. I was a mess. Not husky. I was fat. So I'm in the house and I hear someone knocking on our front door. And where we lived, the screen door had aluminum on the bottom. So it was like, when you knocked on the door, it was like, it was loud. And I come to the front. My dad has already had, he was out in the yard all day. So he's had probably 7 Budweisers or Schlitz or whatever they drank back then. He's got his bandana on. He's watching war from World War II stuff, still watching that. And passed out in his chair. Passed out, the TV on. It was 1943 when the Japanese attacked. And Dad just sitting there. Can't even imagine. And I go, and I don't know where my mom is, but at the front door is the family. And there's 3 of them on my porch. And to get on my porch, it was these steps. And there was 2 of them on the steps. And the kid who took my bike is on the grass, and the sister's like leaning against the car. They're all over the place. And, you know, I'm a little kid, so my little heart's like bang, 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 bang. When you're that scared as a child, you immediately, I was done with crying. You know, when you reach a certain age, you're like, no matter how hurt I am, whatever, I just don't cry. Little kids cry all the time. It's just, they don't know how to, what's the matter with you? You get older, you don't cry. I saw them and I started like, oh my God, oh my God. So I go to the screen door. I go, and they're going, is your father there? Get your father, wake your father up. Dude, I was convinced like this is, they're gonna murder my dad. Then they're gonna stick me in the basement and just tie me up and just have fun every day. Like, let's see what happens when we light his nipples. I had horrifying thoughts. Horrifying thoughts. Oh my God. So I go out on the bed. But that's where your mind goes as a kid. Mike, I feel this hand, this massive hand. My dad had silverback gorilla fingers, big fat sausage fingers. And he grabs my shoulder and he just slightly puts me behind him, and he goes out on the porch with all. And he goes, and he's shorter than everyone by at least a foot. And I'm watching this going, I'm gonna watch my dad, like they're gonna hold him, and they're like, bah, bah. I'm gonna see my dad, just his head getting busted, and they're all going, and no one's gonna stop it. And I'm like, stop it, please. They're going, shut the fat kid up. Shut up, fatso. He goes out there. You know, it's really funny. The caretakers here are probably like, should we go check on the villa? You're screaming and yelling. Like, people are calling each other fatso. What's going on? So he's on the patio. I'll never forget this the rest of my life. It's just like yesterday. He goes, what is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you? There's 7 of you? So yeah. You're gonna get the best of me. You're gonna get the best of this old man. But one of you are gonna die. So who's it gonna be? And you get each one's face. Is it gonna be you? Is it gonna be you? Oh yeah. No. Oh, once I grab onto your larynx, I ain't letting go. You're gonna have to knock me out. And I can tell you right now, it's gonna take a long time to knock me out. So I'm going to kill one of you, but you are gonna get the best of me. So which one's it gonna be? Dude, The whole family. Now they want to negotiate. They're like, well, you hit our little brother said that you hit him with a chain. And now we have a you know those really tiny poodles that are almost annoying. You want once in a while just fling them.
Yeah.
And I don't need it. Listen, I don't need anyone who loves animals going, did he just say that? I'm not saying hurt them. I'm just saying once in a while when they nip at your thing, you just want to get, you're so small. You don't have the right to do that. I have one of them. He's this big, Duffy. Black under here. My dad walks this thing. So he's a baby. He's the size of this, tops, right? Here, here's my dog with legs, right here, the iPad. And my dad would have a tiny leash. So my dad pulls the leash out of his back pocket and he goes, is this the chain you're talking about? He goes, that little punk is lucky I didn't choke him out. He kicked my dog. And the two big brothers looked at the little brother and they're like, you didn't say you kicked his dog, dick. You didn't say that part. And he's like, well, the dog is like 3 inches big. You kicked a dog that's 3 inches. Are you serious? And he's going, yeah, and this is the chain. He goes, oh, dude. And they turn around. They're like, we're so sorry, sir. And he goes, get off my property. And they're like, we're so afraid. Get off. I'm not going to tell you again. And they just and they got in the car and they went away. Bro, that's certified nuts. Like, you had to have been in this situation before in your life. Do you know what I mean? And that made me wonder about my dad. How many situations has he been in his lifetime that he's willing to go in front of 7 crazy, unfortunate human beings at the time? They probably didn't have a great family life and it was tragic, but they're wreaking havoc on everyone else.
Yeah.
Shotguns, put your face on your phone. Shut up. This is what's on my porch. I'll blow your head off right now. Open the register. And my father's going, oh, you're going to get the best of me, but one of you are going to touch you. Is it you? That made me wonder, like, whoa, what has this guy seen in his lifetime?
He was ready to go.
He's ready to go.